What's up, everybody? Haven't talked to you since the new year began. First of all, I want to say bittersweet. I want to say rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I am an Inglewoodian, and I remember when he first got out of high school, and Brandy took him to the prom. Like, it was such a big deal. And I was there, at the farm, the big red and white building, and we've had really, really good times. And he has brought our city so much joy. I mean, we were out there with brooms on Crenshaw Boulevard, just celebrating all of our wonderful championships as well as the parade. But I want to get into some things. I wanted to talk to you today about letting things run their course. I think I've stated before that I was in a relationship where the man clearly did not love me. I spent so much time, like 5 years, I want to say, of allowing him to string me along. I found ways to let him know what type of person that I was, how kind I was, how hardworking I was, how considerate I was, all of the above. And even though other people tried to tell me that I was being robbed of my time, I wasn't trying to hear them. I was not trying to hear them. Every time I would disappear and try to wean myself off the individual, he would tell me, that he loved me, that he missed me, he wants to take me out for a drink, yada, yada, yada. You couldn't tell me anything. I was totally in a trance. The sex wasn't that great. I don't know what it was about him. I think idealistically, I loved the way he looked. I loved the potential that he had. I liked that he was a college graduate. It was just speckles of things that I really loved about him, but overall, even in hindsight, looking back, he had nothing. He had nothing to offer me. He didn't even have love to offer me, true love to offer me. And it's really, really something that when you really, really get true love, when you look back and you're like, oh God, I wasted so much time with that individual. I could have been loving myself so that I could have been truly ready for the true love that has now come into my life. But instead, I've wasted time. And I want to tell the frustrated friend that there's nothing you can do. There's nothing that you can say. Now, you do have the right. You have the right, my friend, to say, I don't want to listen to this anymore. I don't want to tell you anything else anymore because you're going to do what you want to do. You can call me if there's an emergency. But other than that, I have the right to shut you down and not listen to this shit anymore. I don't care about what he did to you because every time he does things to you is a sign that he doesn't love you or she doesn't love you. I've had my brother to be involved with, a chick that would stand him up, would lie, but he was in that trance when you're just like, you can't be told anything. You give your all, you give your time, you give your money, you give all of you, 100% of you, and you're chasing something or someone that has made up their mind about you. They made up their mind about you a long time ago. That you're not the one, you're not for them. And you're sitting up here waiting. You're waiting for the person to come full circle and just realize what they have right in front of them all the time, and that they're just gonna love and appreciate you and you'll live happily ever after. But really, you just put yourself in a position just to be used. And they'll use you and use you up. And if you're lucky, when you come out on the other side, you won't be bitter. But I want you to identify true love, if you've ever had it, what it looks like. It's not one-sided. It's not selfish. You might want to look into 1 Corinthians 13 in the Bible, and it tells you about love and how it's patient and it's kind and it's not puffed up, and it gives you a checklist. And if you can't check the majority of the points in that scripture, it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to move on. I've had friends that want the man so bad. I mean, like, they lost weight for the man. They went back to college because the man made them feel like they're not educated. They did whatever they thought that man wanted. They didn't do it for themselves, but on the other side, they came out a better person, but their drive, what made them move forward, what motivated them was that man and wanting that man's love and just desiring it more than life itself. And at the end of the day, the man left. God was someone else. No one could tell you anything. And you are one of those people where time had to run its course and they had to eventually leave you, or have a baby on you. I know some people right now, the man done had a baby on you, and you still want to give the baby gifts. You want to be involved and be a support to that man and give parental advice, anything. And guess what? He's going to use you and he's going to take it. And but what he's going to do is he's going to take your information and your encouragement, and he's going to go to his current union, and he's going to fortify that situation. It's like, oh, thanks, buddy. Pat on the back. Sure, appreciate it. Until next time. And you're just going to allow yourself to continue to be used like a public porta potty. When are you going to take a deep breath and realize that time is moving along? You're getting older. He doesn't want you. She doesn't want you. You got a lot of men out here that's frustrated because they're in the friend zone. You have the right to not be a friend anymore. You have the right to take your power back and not be available. And that goes for man, woman, boy or girl. You have that right to take yourself out of the equation and get your power back and not be available. And I know it's very hard, because it was hard for me every time I said, I'm not going to deal with this person. It's a wrap. Deep down inside, I even knew it. Sometimes he would bid me to come over, and I'd go. And deep down inside, I'd lay up next to that person and do whatever he wanted to do. And my body and my soul and my spirit, it grieved, because I knew that this is not where he wanted to be. And it ain't nothing worse than having a man in your life laying next to you because you want him there so bad, and deep down inside he don't want to be there. That's even worse. It's even worse. They're not having them at all. It's like, yeah, here, I'm here now. I mean, I ain't got nowhere else to be. So I guess I'll just be with your ass. I mean, you do cook a nigga some spaghetti. You do give a nigga good advice. So here, I guess I'll be here. But I want to let you know the people that are in those predicaments, if that man's situation were to change, if more money were to come in, let's say he got an inheritance from Big Granny, okay? Or he got a new job. He gonna be on the next thing smoking. And your ass will be fired. Okay? Whereas on the flip side of the coin, if you were to come up or get a promotion or something were to happen for you, you'll find yourself trying to fortify the situation by buying that man things, creating more of a home environment, you know, maybe possibly buying him robes and shoes, or trying to take a trip to create memories and create more of a bond between someone who does not want to be with you and doesn't love you, but they'll stay because they want to experience these things and they may never. Here's an opportunity. And they may never ever get on a plane. There's some people that haven't even seen snow. And you're like, well, I got money, let's go to Big Bear. And they're going to be like, you know what, bitch, okay. I'll roll to Big Bear with you. So, but as a friend on the outside, I just want you to be encouraged and allow that person to make a fool of themselves, because time is going to teach them. You don't have to. But if you're a true friend, you'll be there at the end of the day to cradle them when they're hurting and help them to heal. And don't desert your friend. If you talk your friend out of leaving that person and they are talk them into leaving that person, they leave, you have to check up on these people. You can't just say, oh good, they left, they're out of that situation, because they're hurting. And what could happen is they could very well replace it with another Jimbo, another, chick that's even worse than the first. They could, replace it with substance abuse, drinking. I know when me and my guy, we broke up, I was so broken. And I began to drink more. I was so broken. And I began to drink more. And I forced myself to go out on dates. And you find yourself with no support because your friend doesn't call you, doesn't check up on you. So you find other outlets. And you find different things or different people that you're not even supposed to be dealing with. And then you dig a bigger hole for yourself. So I'm speaking to two people. I'm speaking to the person that has allowed themselves to have their time wasted and to allow time to run its course so they can realize that, this ain't for them. I'm trying to give you some pointers to preserve yourself, because you can truly, truly lose your youth, your time, your happiness. You could, completely be a broken spirit. And then I'm talking to the friend of these people. They're hopeless. And sometimes you gotta allow the time to run and just kind of be there and be supportive. I'm not saying you gotta babysit them every day, but you need to offer, to take them out for coffee every now and then, or a movie, or even if they're so broken they can't move, just sitting there on the phone, just dropping by and bringing in the mail and having a decent conversation about how they're feeling, and perhaps bringing up that they should put a plan into play to do better, and tell them, listen, I know you've been through a lot for someone else, but now it's all about you. What do you want to do? What would you like to do? Where do you see yourself? And be there for them. Anyways, I'm Nikki St. Clair, and thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you can, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.